Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I just come from outside trying to shovel that snow. We got the biggest snowstorm we've had in, what, 7 years? And I'm 7 years older. I worked my tail off, but there was a young man, white man, down the street that was working around helping some of the guys out, helping some of the neighbors out. And there was another guy, he said his wife passed by and saw me out there doing my thing. She went back and told him about it, and he came down and introduced himself to me, went back and got a snowblower and came back and helped me. I told him I had no money to pay him, and he just thought it was the greatest thing. He got a chance to pay forward because somebody had loaned him their snowblower. So he did his snow and saw me and went back and they allowed him to use it and come back and give me a hand, passing it forward. So ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I am going to change the United States of America if you don't disagree. I want all of the poor people. You heard somewhere in the Bible, I don't know whether it's true or not, but it said that God sent his only begotten son. You know what that means, as what we've been told. What it really means, we don't know. To come down here and set the captives free. And who are the captives? The people who don't have anything. They're the captives. They don't have to be having chains on them. They don't have to be locked up in prison, though they are captives. But they can't be able to pay. They can't pay the mortgage. They can't meet the food bill, the energy bills. Those are your captives. They're captives because they don't know the truth. They have been blindsided. There's the word blindside. They've been blind, whatever that word is. Now, the rich, they're just bragging about all of the billions that they save with this tax bill that Lucifer just got through. Now, who am I calling Lucifer? I'm calling Lucifer Donald Trump. I have never in my lifetime, I've been in prison, I've been in jails, I've been through all kinds of situations. I've never in my lifetime run across a liar like Donald Trump. And his lies, people hear them and still believe them. Well, it's not that they actually believe those lies, it's that they don't care. They have no compassion whatsoever. They are just like Donald Trump. Now, who am I calling Donald Trump? I'm calling Donald Trump basically the devil. Now, you say the Koch brothers and all these people who got billions of dollars and stuff like that, yeah, but they don't run nothing. They pay to get advantage. But Donald Trump is in a seat of power. So he got all those guys behind him. So that made him Lucifer. And I call him Lucifer because he does not care about everybody. He doesn't give a darn about you, the poor. He doesn't give a darn about you who've been here for 20-some years because your parents brought you here. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how much you contribute to the society with your talents. It doesn't matter how much you can contribute with your taxes. It doesn't matter anything. It's just that you don't belong here according to them. And they might allow you to stay if you got something that they can ride off of. Then they'll still send your poor ones back. And he's made it clear that poor people are not welcome in this country. Brown people are not welcome in this country. The only people that are truly welcome in this country are what they call white people who got something going for them. Intelligent. What they call them? Engineers. No, what do they call them? People who could create new jobs, businesses, come up with whatever is great. That's what they want here in the United States. I'm looking at this statement. Ladies and gentlemen, to every last one of you who have heard that, not just what I said, but Stephen Miller and Donald Trump, every last one of you who heard that, if what I'm proposing to you does not work, and you live a longer time, how much longer, I don't know, it will be required, but I guarantee you, America will fall flat on its face because America is evil. America is evil. And there were times when America had slaves and they were hanging them and burning them, but they were no more evil that day than they are this day. They're so evil that they want every protection that has been come up by people who got some decency in them overturned. If that is not enough, they want to reinstitute where everybody can wear a gun like the old West, so you can shoot it out. So, I'm talking all you poor people. I want you to know that God loves you, and I'm talking about your Creator. But since most folks don't believe in God, and the fact that I use the word God will just turn them away, I'm going to tell you that I love you. And my love for you, I can only speak up for you. I can tell you how you're being abused. I can suggest how you can have that thing fixed by your own power. But I can't do it for you. So I'm telling you this, so you can't say you didn't know. You heard it, you might not believe it, but you definitely heard it. So my job, on the one hand, is to let you hear it, and on the other hand is to walk to according to what I share with you. I want to say it again, Donald Trump is Lucifer. You know they put him on TV now, they're trying to make him look special. Real special. I never watched it. I mean, I think it's an insult for a scripture to tell you what about Lucifer, and these same demons down here on the earth will come here and try to hold Lucifer as the guy that's so precious, is so special. Got what? I'm sure I ain't watched the program, but I'm sure he probably got gold toilets. And all in his house probably got the biggest paintings and all of the pictures and the fabulation. Fabulation? Anyway, that's Lucifer. And who is Lucifer in this United States of America? Is Donald Trump. I would presume that Lucifer in Russia is Putin. And they got a Lucifer in China, and they got a Lucifer everywhere in the earth. I want you to listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. From the first system of government that was designed, it was designed to exploit. Now, the people might have come together and agreed that we got to have some kind of government, we got to have something. But those people who were sitting right there at the top found a way to exploit. That's what it's all about, exploitation. This operation stuff is all about exploitation. The easiest thing in the world to do is to do things right. But when you try to go outside those boundaries, you need thousands and thousands of laws. Laws that got to be consistent with local and federal and state. Laws, my friends. What say you got to do this to go around that because it's protecting somebody else's interest. You got to do this to go through that to protect somebody else's interest. You got to do this to go through that. Now that interest don't even really matter because they're not important. You see, those are just some people. So who care about some people? The masses are important. Yes, the masses are important, but I guarantee you they're no more important than the least. When you go to, if there's a hell, who you think gonna be there? The minority or the majority? In hell will be the majority. In hell, and I'm gonna tell you just like it is, in hell gonna be your, what you call, your mega churches, membership, your mega preachers gonna be in hell. Your regular preachers gonna be down there. Your regular members gonna be down there. People who don't even go to church gonna be in hell. They're gonna be people who never went to church gonna be in heaven. Why? Because they learned the secrets of life. What is the secrets of life? It's to depend upon the author of life. Who is the author of life? The man, the power who made it. Who is that? I ain't never put my hands on it, never put my eyes on it, never touched it, never really could just say anything but there it is. That's all I can say about God, is there it is. And there was enough in that is for me to say everything that I am saying based upon that one, that is. But every government that's set up on the face of the earth has been a government exploitation. The story about God came on the scene because people didn't know anything about God. They forgot Him. They didn't recognize that God was about love. They didn't recognize that kind of stuff because they weren't. You see, when the devil came to him, and I'm saying the devil, I'm talking about that other thought, that you don't have to be good. You don't have to be kind to one another. In other words, we can take advantage of others. Look, let me make it plain and clear to you. When you see the Koch brothers who have amassed, who've stolen everything they possibly could from the people, and they still steal it, and they come around and they got some visions that they want to see happen, and they got their bought politicians who the people elected thinking that they were going to support the people. But now, what are they doing? They are being bought. They are being bought. And so when they give these legislators a great big amount of money for their campaign, every last one of you should send every last one of them home. They are not worth your vote. Send them home and let them work for the Koch brothers and those other people that's so rich. And at the meantime, I want you to take that power out of the rich person's hand. What do I mean? By giving him the same power you got. By giving him the same power that everybody got. And it's the power to stand up for what you believe in or die trying. It does not give you the power to kill. Because you kill, you're going straight to hell. You didn't make life, you can't take it. Now, how do I know you're going straight to hell? Because that's where you should be. Now, that's about as much as I can give you. That's where you should be. If you stand up for what's doing, for what's good and right, you get killed in the process, you're going to heaven. Now, what makes me say that? Because that's where you should be. If there's a benefit for doing right, then that's the reward. And if there's a benefit for doing wrong, hell is it. Now, are you going to stay in hell forever? I don't know. I ain't about that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about treating people right. So, in the wrap-up session, I want to say this. Minorities, regardless of your color, if you're coming to this country, if you have been naturalized in this country, if you are black and whatever, any shades other than white, I want you to wake up and change this government. Change this government. I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, to change this government. Make it a fair government. Make it a government that respects the people. A government where husbands and wives can sit down and talk. They don't have to walk around the house with their mouths stuck out. Preachers and congregations can ask questions and search for answers about the scriptures rather than just walk around complaining and saying what they want to say and nothing getting settled. I want to say to you, every individual, this is what I want in this country, not just in Minnesota, not just in my household, must have as a benefit of life the opportunity for their dreams to come true. Not just the opportunity, but the support for your dreams to come true. Every man, every woman, every child, every old person, regardless of your color, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of anything. You walk around on 2 feet and you need food to eat, you better not ever be hungry again. As long as the powers that we can't see, can't touch, allow the food to grow. Better not ever be hungry again. You better never ever be homeless again. Not as long as we can use our skills to do the things that we have done, and all we got to do is shift it around so not just some can have homes, but everybody can have homes. Make sure that nobody is hungry again. Did I say that already? Food, clothing, shelter. None of those things. And on top of that, so there can be progressive, unlimited, and unrestricted education for every soul. And on top of that, health care from the womb to the tomb for everybody in the United States of America. I don't care what they do in Russia yet. But what happened in the United States of America, every individual. And how do we provide for that? By creating and making sure that everybody in this country got a job. And the process is already up and operating. It's just that it's designed to screw over people. We're going to take over it and do the right thing. And if there's a power outside of us, if there's a power that we can call God, if there's a power that's called righteous, if we stand up in the name of righteousness, I guarantee you we will have no problem. I went out there this morning and started shoveling that snow. I know darn well there was a chance I could have had a heart attack. But there was a man's wife passed by and saw me. She went back in home and told her husband. He went, came down, drove by me and saw what was happening, came back and told me he was going to get a snowblower and come back and help me. He didn't have a snowblower, but his neighbor did. He was going to borrow it. I tried to talk him out of it because, first of all, I got nothing to pay him, and I got all day. I'll just take my time. He wouldn't accept that. So I had dug enough space to get the car out. I went down the street to help somebody else, a preacher who has had a kidney transplant. His wife is 74 years old. Somebody had come stop by giving him a hand, but I checked to see. And I went out there and saw her. She was 72 years old, and she was out there shoveling snow. So I got to shovel and finish hers. And when I came back home, that young man had gotten that snowblower back in my yard. That's what you call God. That's what you call God. That's what you call love and compassion. Now, there were a lot of trucks passing by me with that shovel thing on the front, that blade that push snow. But you know who they operate? They operate on a different God. They operate on the cash. And in the system that they set up, you can understand that. They need cash. They need gas to drive the truck. They need gas to pay for the things that they bought, they got to use. They need money to do all the things they do because that's the way the devil works. The devil says if you want to do anything, you got to have money. That's why the Koch brothers and Trump and all those guys represent Lucifer. And only right now, the very poor, and let me get this straight to you now. Don't you think that all very poor people are good? No, don't you think that. And don't you think that all rich people are bad. But they all in the same game. And that same game leads them straight to hell. The only way you can get out of this game, you got to be outstanding. You got to step aside. Step aside from the junk. Somewhere I heard somebody say, Jesus Christ said, turn your back on all of it. Turn your back on being a Donald Trump. Turn your back on being a Bill Gates. Turn your back on being a Koch brother. And if you got to be a person that's laying on the street, helpless, and you're doing it because the nation is turning its back on you and the way the system is, you can't do any better, it's better to be down there needing help, down in the rock gut, than to be riding on high, according to the scriptures. Now, I never rode on high, and I never rode on the bottom of the bus. But I guarantee you I've ridden on the low. And there have been a few times when I rode on upper, not high, but upper. And I can tell you there's a great difference between the upper and the lowest. It's a very big difference. But neither one of them is righteous. They are both from the pit of hell. Now, I know when I started talking, I had 20 minutes. I probably over-talked myself. Camera probably had stopped. So I'm just going to stop and go right in. If it's still on, cut it off. But you know where I'm coming from. So I want to thank you so very much for giving me your attention this time. Bye-bye. You know what that whole deal is? What?